What's up, everybody? Oh my gosh. Welcome in. It is Thursday, August 17th. It is 7 a.m. New York time. Good morning to everyone stateside. Good afternoon to everyone on the other side of the pond. And good evening to everyone on the other side of the world. Welcome back to the Venator Trading 10K to $2 million funding challenge, sponsored by our amazing sponsors, Bespoke Funding Program, where if you use the discount code Venator, you get 15% off any challenge, 85% lifetime profit split. So take advantage of that. Welcome in. The reason I said, oh my gosh, when I came in is I didn't even realize it's early, man. The red shirt and the orange hat with the yellow and black background. That's not great. But, I mean, whatever. I mean, there's like 20 people that watch this, so it doesn't really matter. Welcome in, guys. Mr. Alfie, Adrian, Michael, LOL, Alpha Bridge, Dukatung Lu, Miss H, Red Ezekiel. Welcome in, guys. Glad you're here. Come on in over from the Discord. You guys are popping off over there, man. That thing is active. I love it. I love seeing you guys in there. I love seeing you guys. It's been good being able to interact with everyone. But yeah, what a great day, man. We are back at it. I need to change my stats because I didn't update them from yesterday. So we'll go ahead and we'll tack on another loss, and I actually need to get my my account stuff up here. Which one is this? This is the funded account. We need to change that. God, we are sucking right now. We are not doing great. Back down to 6% drawdown. That's the way it goes, man. Let me get the other one updated here. Let's see. The other 10K is 415.53. And our 100K is 858. Where's that one? There it is. It's 95,858.25. All right, stats are updated. There we go. We're all caught up there. But, yeah, good. Hey, Shadow Trades, welcome in. David Dreams, Muhammad, you look fresh. Thank you. I mean, it's a little clashy. But I guess fresh is okay. I'll take fresh. Can we have a look at oil, please? Yeah, sure, we can pull that up. H just got my first loss this week. The first one of the week, man. I took my first loss of the week yesterday. So, you're in good company. Alpha, well, this is 2023. You can wear it everything you want. Well, maybe I'll start the Clash trend. I like the orange hat. I'm just not digging the red shirt. The orange Astros hat is definitely on fire. I love it. What's up, Emmanuel? Bayer Lemansky, good afternoon. Trading night, hello. Welcome in. All right, so my FOMC call was pretty just spot on the money. I did tell you not to trade that. I did not trade this. I did not take this as a live order. This was FOMC, but that was my expectation, and it played out, I mean, almost perfectly. And then last night before I went to bed, I did place this limit order on Euro. It did not get triggered in. And I actually, when I woke up this morning, I saw price was down here and I canceled that. This is not a live order up here anymore, but I got swerved. I was just, whatever the high is here. The high is 08863, and I had a limit at 08875. So a pip and a half. I got swerved by a pip and a half for a full TP on my other account, and that sucks. But at least I can call out these trades now in Discord for you that have absolutely nothing to do with the live stream. So maybe you guys can take advantage of some of those as they come up. And you don't just have to take trades here on the live stream with me. The live stream, I'm going to try and stick to this strategy only. And I was thinking yesterday that if we blow this account, like, let's say we lose 2 more trades, and or actually it would be more than that. It would be 1, 2. We would have to lose 3 in a row, because if I lose my next trade, it'll take me down to 8% on the 2 10K accounts, and I'll reduce my risk by half to 1%, and then I'd have to lose 2 more trades to actually lose the account. So let's say I lose 3 in a row, and we blow the accounts, and I reload with another 10K. I might just use my other strategy or strategies on the next go, but we'll see. We can still easily pull this thing out and get back into profits here. The 100K is only 5% down, so it's got a little bit more breathing room there, but we'll see what's going on. Corey, welcome in, buddy. I see Muhammad. Is Muhammad in here yet? I'm not sure if he is, but I think he won that challenge. And I think he's up like 2 or 3% right now. So I did hear from Sage. He I can't remember his handle here. Sage something Trade Society or Trade Society. I can't remember his handle here. He won a couple of weeks ago. And he did not, he's lost that account already. So I know at least 3 people that have won the challenge are out and they don't have it. But I think some are in profit. I don't think anybody's passed phase 1 yet. We'll be doing another 10K account giveaway tomorrow. So the rest of you guys will have a shot here on the live stream to pick up another 10K account from Bespoke Funding. So we will definitely be looking at all of that. I don't know what time, and I don't know what I'm going to do, how to give it away, but it's coming. Another 10K is coming around. Mr. Alfie says, I like the strategy, but trading has been difficult these last couple of months, so stick in there. I do like the strategy. The strategy is great. I have absolutely zero problem with the strategy. So don't hear me say that I'm ditching the strategy if we blow this account. I'm just saying that if I reload, I may add in the other strategies as well, so that, maybe we would definitely not have to sit for 2.5 weeks before we took a trade on one specific strategy, because the other strategies had trades and winners going on during the breaker block drought that we had for basically all of July. So, or the last half of July and part of August, or first part of August. So I don't know. I'll reevaluate that. We don't need to reevaluate that until we actually have to lose the account. So, and hopefully we don't get there. But if we do, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to pass every single challenge I take. No one is going to pass every single challenge they take. And you're not going to keep a funded account forever. Oh man, I got something in my tooth that is rubbing on my tongue. That's not good. Oh man, there he is. There's Muhammad. You're up 2%, right, buddy? August is a bad month. Michael himself and many experienced traders were talking about on Twitter. Yeah, it's not a great month to trade. In fact, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, don't take any more trades in August. Just wait. But I'm going to trade my setups when I see them. That's just the way I roll. I'm not going to shy away from anything. Alpha, yeah, I mean, this is only one setup live stream, already a really good experiment. This is unique stuff. It truly is. It truly, truly is. And I believe I'll get to $2 million funding. And even if we blow up this account, we could still potentially do it by the end of the year, but it would definitely set us back pretty good on the timeline. And that's just my own personal goal, not that's not like, no one told me that. That's just the personal goal I had when I started the stream. 3.8% drawdown to 2% profit by doing less work and getting into less trades. That's what I'm freaking talking about, man. That's how you become profitable right there, brother. You do less, you wait, you be patient, and you make more. It's so opposite of everything else in life. The psychology it takes to get to a place where you truly understand that it's not how much you work or how much you trade. It's the discipline to wait and be patient and strike when you need to. So way to go, man. I'm proud of you. I hope you can knock out that first phase. You just got you've already made 5.8%. If you were in 3.8% drawdown and you're 2% profit, you've already made 5.8%. So just do that again and you've passed. What do you think about the bullish breaker setup on GU? I don't know. I haven't even looked at GU. I just opened the charts just to see if my trades got hit and canceled those orders when I realized they hadn't. That's all I've done. So we'll pop over there in a second and take a look. Manuel, it would be great if you give the community a blueprint on passing challenges so the failure rate could reduce. I mean, it's kind of what I'm doing here every single day. The blueprint is take fewer trades, wait for your A+ setups, only risk. You should only be risking 1% or less until you have 100 trades in the live market and you have all the data that shows you what your win rate is and your maximum losing streak is. Until you have that data, you should be risking 1% or less. And then you just take your A+ setups. That's it. You trade your system. And if it takes you 3 months, it takes you 3 months. If it takes you 4 days, it takes you 4 days. This first 10K funded account that we had, that phase 1 and phase 2 took 12 days to do all of it. 12 days to do all of it. And you can go look at the playlist on my YouTube channel. I have them broken down by each step that we've been in. This one we've been in like 40 something days. It's been brutal. But phase 1 and phase 2 of our very first 10K was 12 days. So you can get funded with this strategy in a very short amount of time. And then you can go through seasons like we're in right now where it just sucks, man. It does not work. And but because of our risk management and our patience, we haven't blown anything. And even though we're in drawdown and we've stayed in drawdown, we're at a very manageable place to get out of drawdown. So it's what it is. Took a short on GU yesterday, but I canceled when ended up hitting my TP, which would have put me in break even. Now, how to manage this behavior? I felt like fear ate me as the higher time for. Yeah, you gotta. I mean, remember, you're a systems manager. That's all you are. Your job is not to do anything other than what your rules tell you to do. That's the only job you have, is to just follow the rules. So once it doesn't matter. Just think of it as this isn't even in your money, that it's just your job to trade. It's just your job to watch and go, oh, this rule says this. This rule says this. Okay, push this button. Okay, now this rule says now that I push that button, I don't have to do anything else until this happens. And then let the outcome just be whatever the outcome is. Because this one trade that you're in has absolutely no bearing on whatever happens next, the next trade, the next 10 trades, the next month, the next 50 trades, the next year. It doesn't matter. The outcome of any one trade is completely random, but the outcome of the next 100 trades based on data and stats and probabilities on your edge in your system, that's the only thing you need to be focused on. And so when you're in any trade, you have to just forget about the result of that trade. As soon as it's executed, that trade's done. That trade's done. As soon as you get into a trade, that trade is over. It doesn't matter what happens to that trade. That trade is finished. The only thing left to do is to get to the end of the trade. And you just follow your rules and you manage your system. Whatever the rules say to do, you do that. But the trade's finished as soon as you get into it. It's over. You don't do anything else. Bought my account when Bespoke launched last October and still hanging on to it by my fingernails. This strategy has been the only one I consistently see, so confident it will help me get me funded. That's great, Mr. Alfie. And the fact that you still have that same account from October, oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy. Way to go, man. What's up, Cisco? What's up, Chase? That's some incredible patience, man. That's worthy of being celebrated right there. Way to go. All right, so let's just jump up here to EU. This is our analysis all week long. I've been saying here's our draw on liquidity. We finally tapped into it yesterday. So Monday, we finally took out Monday's low yesterday. We did close just below it. And then today we opened, dropped down into this draw on liquidity, this old daily low here. And we've pushed back up a little bit. It wouldn't surprise me. Our next draw on liquidity is these relative equal lows down here inside this weekly fair value gap. Oops, sorry about that. This weekly fair value gap right here is our next draw on liquidity. I don't know that we get down there by today and tomorrow. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. Not out of the realm of possibility. But it's just nice to see some movement this week. It's nice to see some movement and to see some actual draws on liquidity and calling those out. I called all this out earlier this week. So, and seeing your analysis to know that you're accurate, that's helpful. It doesn't put money in your account, but it's the first step in understanding how to make profits inside of this business. And I've been right about the draws on liquidity, and I still haven't made money. I've lost money this week. So just because you know and can anticipate where price is going to and where and when, you can still lose. So, I've been a perfect example of that this week. Got chopped up in GU. I can't remember what day it was. But anyway, coming back up into this 4-hour order block here, we're kind of just pulling back now that we've tapped into that sell side liquidity. So wouldn't surprise me if we come back up into this order block a little bit, back up into these lows, get back up into a premium of this last push down. Maybe today is your pullback, and then tomorrow you get another run lower below here. Now that my drawn liquidity has been tapped into, I kind of go more neutral. I'm still probably tending to be more bearish, but that doesn't mean that I won't now take and look for a buy if I see a good run of liquidity and then displacement that gets us into a buy. I would not be opposed to that, but I am leaning more bearish still. That has not changed. So, but the drawn liquidity has been tapped into, and so it's kind of more like, okay, now we step aside, we watch, we wait, we see What are the clues? What are the footprints? Where's it going? And how can we get involved with that? So that's kind of the take. We're back inside this fair value gap right here on the 1 hour, right inside this hourly order block. It could come back up into this same spot that we've got going on there. We'll just watch and wait. We're watching and waiting. There's no rush. We're not in any kind of a rush to get into a trade. We're not on any rush to just push a button. We watch and we wait. On the 15-minute time frame, we're just kind of ranging right now. We're just kind of chopping around. This was the FOMC move yesterday. We had a pop up and then into this 15-minute order block and fair value gap right here. That was a very simple play. It's just an OTE order block fair value gap. That's all it is. It's extremely simple. There is nothing fancy about my call. There was nothing super like secret or anything about it. It was just a very simple order block fair value gap OTE, knowing that the draw on liquidity was down here and that we had left it in place. So once we realize that we've left that in place, and if we get a move up, you can anticipate that draw on liquidity is a magnet, and it's just going to keep pulling price down until it taps into it down here. Once it's tapped in, now we can be like, okay, what is this a reversal point right here? And so we'll just watch for the clues and wait and see how that all plays out. But for now, we're just watching. GU. Let me get over here on GU. These relative equal lows right here. This was the Monday low, the low of the week here on GU. It did take out that little thing, but it's basically relative equal lows down here. I'm actually surprised that it did not come all the way back down there yet this week. So it's still inside this ugly, choppy range. It's not moving the way EU is very cleanly, and in fact is more bullish than anything. So this was the loss we took on Tuesday? No, Wednesday. We took that loss yesterday. Is that when we took it? I guess so. Anyway, it feels like it was a couple days ago. I don't know why it was just yesterday, but it was. So we took that loss yesterday. I can't talk. We did get the right direction. We just got chopped. It wanted to rebalance this inefficiency here. We were the liquidity on that trade. Came back up and grabbed that stop right here, rebalanced, tapped into that order block, and then down we came. Since then, now we are, we've grabbed some sell side liquidity, and this is the order block, or the breaker block people were talking about just a minute ago. This last up close candle right here is what initiated this big run on liquidity. And then we have pushed back up higher. So, this is, you have to look at your higher time frames, and you're still just in this range right here. You have buy side liquidity above that it could be wanting to reach for. You've got relative, it just tapped into sell side right there on that 4 hour and has since headed higher. Failed to displace above this high. It closed up and then came right back down into the range. Let me see where, if this is the draw, the question becomes, when the fair value gap is that much larger than the breaker block, it can become a little trouble sometimes. And the reason I say that, so if I was going to, I would want to get in, what's the hourly? Okay. So if we set this up on the hourly time frame, on the hourly time frame here, it does feel a little bit better. It's a little cleaner, and it kind of takes out some of the chop that you would see on the lower time frames. We don't have any news today, so that's a good thing. So I'm just, I'm thinking, I'm processing in my head, and I'm realizing, oh, you're on a live stream. You're supposed to be talking out what's going on in your head. It's sometimes my brain just shuts off and my mouth stops working. So I apologize for that. We don't have any news today. If I was going to frame this setup, I would probably like to use this hourly breaker and get back into this area here and use this 15-minute. The lowest breaker is down here, and so I would put my stop below the candle on the bodies of the candle on the 15-minute time frame, which would put me somewhere right around here for a potential trade setup. That gives us a pullback area, and it does give you the buy side liquidity. Your ultimate draw on liquidity would be up here. Back up into this area, there's going to be a lot of liquidity at the top of that range. So kind of digging that. I need to go look at the dollar before I would be comfortable making that call right now. So we'll jump over and look at DXY. It looks like it's going to want to get to the top of this range at least. And that would allow you to get to, if you could get in before it does that, that would give you a nice break even position there. So we'll see. What's the dollar doing? DXY, just beautifully, again, all of this was called early in the week. This draw was our initial draw. I said these relative equal highs are getting tapped into. And of course, overnight, we've tapped right into those relative equal highs. We've been in a big uptrend. It wouldn't surprise me if you do get some kind of a pullback, at least down into this daily fair value gap, and see again if this becomes an inverted daily fair value gap here. So it's broken through, violated. If it gets a rollover here and retest this, you can just see that it just wicked through. It wasn't like a deep dive into this liquidity. It just touched it just enough to grab any orders that were resting right above those wicks right there, and it's pulled off. I would think it's going to want to make a larger stab up into that and into potentially this swing high over here. But this was our initial draw on liquidity for the week. So on the 4 hour, you can see we've pulled back into this imbalance right here. So really, we're still bullish on the dollar. And just because you're getting a pullback here, this is the way the market moves. Expansion, pullback. Expansion, pullback. Expansion, pullback. This is really consolidation, choppy, but expansion through this old high and now a pullback. So you're still bullish here on the dollar. You're definitely in an uptrend. All week long, we've been moving up. So I'm not... The dollar could easily just put in a swing level right here. On the 1 hour, you have had a nice break of structure. If this 1 hour closes currently, it would leave in a nice little fair value gap, and you could get a lower time frame reversal here down into this 4 hour order block. And there's enough room there if you got a pullback at the start of the next hour back up into this fair value gap, into this order block here, that you could get a rollover and even tap into that 4 hour order block, still be bullish on the higher time frames, but you're trading that reversal right there. And that might play out for you there. It's not, I don't feel super convincing about that. Run buy side liquidity. Here we've broken through. This is a nice breaker. So there's your dollar breaker here. Which would line up with the opposite on GU. Any of these fair value gaps, again, you would have to account for the large move down here. So you would need to account for, you know, this. Which if we pull that up, we can see it still gets you down into that 4 hour order block right there. So that makes me feel a little bit better about the GU trade, knowing that the dollar setup is correlated to that. But I'm in no rush. I'm just going to sit on that for a minute. Let's look at GJ. I'll jump over here to the chart. Looking at a short on EG, okay. SurDev, dollar has taken the daily sell side liquidity. It certainly has. Cisco Me Too, EU has not. That's correct. EU has not. Actually, EU did. EU took out the, it took out this daily low here. GJ. Unemployment claims at 8:30. Let me just look and see. I don't know why it doesn't show up on my trading view. I will probably, well, I don't know. Here we are in GJ. Let's look at GJ. So obviously big bullish uptrend. It's just a runaway train, and trying to call a top, I would advise against it. So I'm only, again, just looking for opportunities. It's just in this huge, massive uptrend, and trying to say this is going to reverse right here, you're just jumping in front of a moving train. So don't do that. The best course of action is to look for runs of sell side liquidity and then displacement higher and try to catch a breaker block like this. It has had no pullbacks. This is where your breaker would have been. This last up close candle ran liquidity. We broke through it, but you never came back to retest this breaker here. So GJ, I'm just kind of standing to the side. Even if you do get a counter trend trade, for instance, you've run buy side, you've displaced through, you've come back up into this breaker, and it could come back down into these lows. I'm not going to take a counter trend trade on GJ. So until I see this ran sell side, if I saw displacement through there, that would be where I'd want to go long. Dollar CAD, the chat pair for the week. We've been very bullish up until today. We have not completely filled in this large sell side imbalance, a SIBI. But we have traded up into it now pretty healthily, and we're getting a little bit of a pullback there. This is the weekly order block. You can see right here we've tapped into this weekly order block. So, you know, it still just depends on how you view the dollar. If you're bullish dollar, you could get a pullback today, and then tomorrow you get into push up. But you can see you've had basically no bottom wick on this open. This weekly candle opened at 34266. The low was 34266. So it's opened and only pushed up. The week before that, basically no wick on that candle as well. It did drop just a little bit, like 1 pip before it went up. So dollar CAD's been extremely bullish. It may be due for a little pullback there, but we'll see. It's pulling back into this breaker block right here right now. We ran liquidity, we displaced through. So we'll see how it responds here in this breaker. We had to have a break of structure here, higher high, higher low, higher high. We failed, and we've displaced below this low. So that is your 1 hour lower time frame. But caution is warranted. Again, you've been bullish dollar. Dollar has taken out its buy side drawn liquidity, so a reversal is not out of the question. You also have this massive trend line here that retail is going to be trading, which is just a sign of liquidity under here. So there you go. US 30. Come on, get up. This is our drawn liquidity, our fair value gap. We noted this at the beginning of the week, and we said here we were looking for US 30 to draw down into. And it's just been nice displacement, pullback, displacement, currently up into a pullback here. Hasn't completely hit the bottom of that fair value gap yet. But, I mean, it's made a very healthy chunk down into rebalance this. This is just, it's still not down into a discount. A discount would be a little bit lower underneath this daily fair value gap. So there's still some argument to be made that it could dip a little lower here on US 30. Doesn't have to. It's had your drawn liquidity. These relative equal lows, this fair value gap, we've tapped into it. So we may need to get another couple of days of information here to see, does it want to swing back up, or is this going to push lower back down into these order block levels here? On the 4 hour, we're definitely still in a downtrend. So until price comes back up to here, you could look for sells up around this area on the 4 hour time frame. And you can see the imbalance is almost completely filled in over here. Still a good chunk here on the 4 hour under here that it hasn't tapped into yet. Oh my goodness. S&P looks very similar. If anything, it looks weaker than the US 30 and NAS as well. NAS actually looks a little more bullish. So the indices are not quite moving together here. That's S&P. That's NAS. So you tell me, which one is... They look opposite of each other. Coming down on NAS, coming up. It's weird. And then US 30. Let me zoom out so you can see how that feels. So US 30 and S&P look very similar, and NAS does not look like that at all. NAS looks heavy. But you did have a break of structure here, and you're starting to climb up. So, oh, that's the 15-minute. That's why it looks like that. I'm an idiot. Why do you even listen to me? There you go. So we've broken this daily uptrend. We've changed the structure. We're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We've displaced below this low and this low. We'll see if today we want to pull back up into this range and then come lower here on NAS. Somebody wanted to look at oil. I never know what to look at. Is it U.S. oil? Here it is. U.S. oil. That's what it's called. I remember we looked at oil a while ago. Took out this buy-side liquidity on the daily time frame. Tapped right up into this old fair value gap. Took out the liquidity above it and has displaced lower. You have a nice draw of liquidity just below us here. Got a nice little swing level. And then just below that, you've got this nice little daily fair value gap there. So potentially you could see a little bit of lower pricing here. Get down into this weekly fair value gap, which is just below that wick. And you've had a very healthy run higher since the end of June here. So potentially you could see a pullback back down into this level. I think that fair value gap is going to get tapped into on the weekly time frame, which would be just below here, up in this level. So opened. This could be the low or the close. It's pulling back currently. Nice little OTE, approaching an OTE level here. You pulled back up into a premium, rebalanced this sell side imbalance here. Didn't quite get up into this order block, so it may want to come up a little bit higher up into this area before it sells off again. But you could target that daily fair value gap right there. That's a potential setup there on oil that you could see. Just tap right up into this imbalance, into this order block, and then roll over. It's definitely change of character here. This is the buy side of the curve, and then you get the sell side of the curve. So it doesn't have to come all the way back down here. The market maker sell model is one of ICT's concepts, and it fits that. So you have consolidation, smart money reversal. You could anticipate some consolidation in here, pop up, get in, and then a consolidation around here, and then a break, consolidation here, and then finally take out sell side, if it wants to come all the way back down there. I don't know that it will, but this would be your initial target right here on some more sell side delivery. Rebalance this daily, weekly fair value gap initially. I need to clean that up. That's how I kind of see oil. I would anticipate it's going to come up into this level here, but it doesn't have to. It's already in a premium right now. It just crossed into that premium level here. Yeah, I would wait for it to want to get up here and see if it can get a lower time frame confirmation here. So you could just for sure place a limit order here on the 4-hour time frame, or you could wait on the 15-minute to see some engineered liquidity here, a stab up into buy side, take out buy side, displace through, find your breaker around in this level, and then you could get your 1 to 2 before it even gets down there. So it's kind of how I would look at oil there. GU here is just kind of taking off. The dollar's just still collapsing. Not much. If it takes out that liquidity, there would be no trade opportunity. All right, I'm going to jump back over to the charts here. I mean, over to the chat. Mr. Parther says took a loss on E today for me. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. Beeswax, what's up? Aditya, very choppy price action today in all of August. Yeah, August has not been good. July and August have both just been miserable. John says, Brad, I didn't really see what the FOMC said yesterday. Can you summarize? I don't know what they said either. I have no idea. I did not see the meeting minutes, so I'm not really sure, John. SuryaDev, the red folder news is not showing up on TradingView, but on Forex Factory it shows. I see that, SuryaDev. What's the difference between the dollar CAD and DXY? What's the difference? If the DXY is showing weakness, then I mean, I guess you would anticipate dollar CAD also to be showing weakness. It's not as correlated like the euro dollar and the pound dollar are. The Canadian dollar is tied to oil a lot more, so it can look a lot differently than the euro dollar and pound dollar. I would anticipate this liquidity on this trend line getting run before, if it wants to go higher, it's probably going to want to tap down into that a little bit. So this is retail's looking at this like, ooh, look at this channel. I can't even draw. What the heck? They're going to have their channels up here and be like, oh, well, this thing's just bouncing from the top to the bottom, and now we're just going to go long off of that. And retail works. Like if you had played this, if you saw this, you see this tap of the trend line, you draw that off, price comes back down, it touches that trend line, you go. And people are going to be like, oh, well, it's going to touch that trend line again and go. But that's retail right there, completely. And all this is liquidity. And it may still go up, but it's going to liquidate trend line traders first before it goes up. Is this the fair value gap you're talking about here, John? This little tiny one right there? Or are you talking about this fair value gap? You're saying it's displaced through a fair value gap on the daily. Just canceled my GU entry. It looks like it wants to run up and grab that liquidity up here. And if it does, then there would be no trade here today for me on that. On the breaker block, at least. If anything, this, yeah, I just, Oh, gosh. I kind of had a headache. I don't know if it's this hat or if it's, I just need to drink some water. I got a headache going on. Dollar CAD, nice little breaker block here. This was the London session here on dollar CAD. Check this out. You had you started making lower lows, lower highs, and then you had this push up into the London Open. Takes out buy side, completely displaces through this low. And what do you have right here but a beautiful little breaker block? And inside that, you've got a fair value gap right here. I would have wanted to, let's see on the 10-minute if there's one lower. No, I don't think there is. The 5-minute, you could have used that right there. So as it displaces through, comes back up. The candle above the breaker. I don't know that I would have gone to break even right here. Maybe would have gone to break even right there. If not, it came back up one more time and then collapsed. But that's a nice little breaker block set up there on dollar CAD for the morning. It's pretty nice. Anytime you can draw out these patterns and see them play out over and over again, it just helps you in the moment. So just our strategy real quickly, we want to see a run of buy side liquidity. It stabs up through buy side liquidity, takes out an old high. You see this quick run up. You see this quick run up and it grabs buy side liquidity. Then you immediately see a quick run down. So run of liquidity, immediate displacement. A run of liquidity, immediate displacement. As soon as you see this displacement away after this run of liquidity, you identify your breaker block, you find your fair value gap, you set your entry, you set your stop loss, and you're anticipating a return into this displacement area to rebalance price so that it can then displace lower again. That's the whole strategy right there. That's it, the whole thing. Run liquidity, displace away, fair value gap inside of a breaker. That's bread and butter right there, man. That's the whole setup. That's it. Emmanuel says head and shoulders. Yeah, I mean you've got, that's a head and shoulders retail setup right there. And then, but a lot of those people will trade the break of the trend line or the neckline or whatever it's called. So they wouldn't get in until it breaks through down there. That's why I was saying you don't have to use this strategy. There are people that trade head and shoulders. There's people that trade EMAs. There's people that trade fair value gaps. There's people that trade support and resistance. You just have to have your strategy locked down. Smart money concepts makes the most sense to me. I understand it. My brain clicks with it. I understand the rules and the concepts involved in identifying a trade. That's why I use it. I'm not here to convince you to do that. I'm really here to convince you that you have, once you know what your edge in the market is, how to stick with it and execute it at an extremely high level. Um, Sharif, it just depends on what the red folder news is. I am going to go, my head's killing me, y'all. I'm going to go grab some Tylenol or ibuprofen or something and get some water. My head is pounding. I don't know why. So let me go get that and grab that, and I'll be right back. So bear with me a minute. Oh. So the hat, the orange hat, Astros hat, was super tight on my head, and I was getting this killer headache. So I took two Tylenol and two ibuprofen, and I changed the hat. So maybe that will help the headache situation. And I don't clash as much anymore. So with GU taken out the buy side here, there's definitely not a play for me on a breaker block for there. It may want to come back down into this, but if it taps into this buy side first, definitely out. Dollar showing quite a bit of weakness, but remember, just because you see the dollar coming down right now, you have to remember we're in an uptrend on the dollar. Okay. So this 4-hour order block, I would anticipate price having trouble somewhere down in this area and seeing you could see a reversal here. So this is from your last leg up. You're reaching down into that OTE area, optimal trade entry, inside that 4-hour order block there. On the 1 hour, you're inside this 1 hour order block right now. You've just tapped into the body of that. We're now into the 8 o'clock hour. It's left behind quite a bit of volume imbalance here. You have had a change of structure on the lower time frame. Not on the 4 hour yet, only on the 1 hour. Higher time frame is still very bullish. And because you're getting a pullback here on a Thursday morning, does not mean we should just switch our bias. The daily is up, the weekly's up, the 4 hours up. The 1 hour has change of structure, might feel a little bearish. 30-minute change of structure might feel a little bearish. 15-minute liquidity run breaker block feels a little bearish, but you're just coming back down into these higher time frame order blocks right here. So you can't assume the dollar is just, it could come down all the way back to this daily fair value gap. Absolutely can. It doesn't have to do that. And I would anticipate, like I said, these order blocks here causing price to stumble a bit as it reaches down into this area. There is some news coming out at 8:30. At this point, I will just wait until those unemployment numbers come back out at 8:30 before we get any more action. This could all just be a stab of liquidity into this buy side, and then the news drops you lower. You get displacement through there, and you target these relative equal lows and make a deeper dig into this drawn liquidity here. So we'll just stand by. We'll stand by for the next 30 minutes. Emmanuel Obata says, I keep telling my friend that this is the best live to be in. Zero condemnation for anyone's trading system. Thanks, Emmanuel. I appreciate that. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm definitely not here to tell you that the way you trade or your strategy is a dumb strategy. I don't really think that that is true anymore. I think there are some strategies that are better than others. I think in general, the smart money concepts make the most sense to me in understanding why price moves, where it moves to, when it moves. But all that to say, that doesn't mean that you can't be profitable trading support and resistance. This is a breakout and a retest. Other people call it a displacement below a low, a fair value gap, and an order block. Other people are just trading an EMA, a retouch of a moving average right here. It's in a downtrend. If we throw a moving average on here, I promise you, that it's going to be a retouch of some EMA that people are using. If you do like I don't know what's a 10-day moving average. Is that a, you can see every time it touches the moving average, it's dropping, and people are selling here and selling here and selling here every time it touches the EMA. So there's all kinds of ways to get involved in the market, and the main thing is what are the rules that determine when you take a trade, why you take a trade, and then what are the rules for your position sizing? What are the rules for after you're in a trade to manage that trade? It's all about your execution of your system. That's the whole point. That's everything. That's all trading is. 100%. And it does not have to be my system. It doesn't have to be anyone else's system on here. If you go over to the Discord, people are putting in their trading strategies. And that's one of the things I want is there's a whole channel called Chat Strategies where you can put in and break down the strategy that you're using. What are the rules? What are the entries? What's the trade management? All of that. So if you want to try out a new strategy or you just think your strategy's horrible, you can go and there's guys in there that are posting their payouts already. We started that Discord 2 days ago. We've already had 2 guys post payouts in there. It's so there's plenty of strategies that work just fine. You just have to find the one that resonates with you, that fits who you are, that you can execute psychologically and emotionally at a very high level. That's the main thing. So I appreciate you saying that, Emmanuel. Nusla, good morning all. Welcome in, Nusla. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but welcome to the stream and thanks for popping in the chat. John says, ICT gets so pressed when people have your opinion that other systems work besides SMC, which he says he created. He does get worked up. Other systems do work. There are plenty of people that are not trading SMC that are funded and getting massive payouts consistently. So while I do love ICT's concepts and while I do think they make the most sense, I don't think everyone can grasp them, and I don't think everyone's going to be able to trade them consistently at a high level. So find the strategy that works for you. A 50% win rate and a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. You are going to absolutely smash the markets. Whatever your strategy is, a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio and a 50% win rate, you're going to smash the markets. Kill it. Absolutely kill it. So there's your holy grail of trading. Win 50% of your trades and win twice as much as you lose. And a year from now, you'll be living like a king. Yeah, other systems definitely don't give him back pats. Every system has its flaws, and so does ICT's. And in my mind, he's the GOAT. That's not a slam on ICT. That's just, not every system is perfect. Every system has holes. And, while it makes the most sense to me, I don't think everyone can grasp it or trade it. And there are other strategies that can and do work at a 50% win rate and a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. There's plenty of strategies out there that do that. So find the one that makes the most sense to you, back test it, then live market test it, and then get that data and never look back. Never look back. There's no reason to apologize for having a different strategy than someone else that's profitable. We can both be trading different strategies and we can both be profitable. That's the beauty about this business, is that we're not in competition with each other. If you can make money and I can make money, we can do it 2 different ways and see 2 different things, and we can both be profitable. It really is about, just having a community of people around you that can talk shop with you and encourage you and coach you. The coach doesn't play every position on the field. He needs to understand every position on the field, but he doesn't play every position on the field. He might play one position pretty well, but there's a reason he's on the sideline and he's got, in football, 11 other guys out on the field. Same thing. Everybody's going to have a different role to play, and everybody's got a job to do, and you just need to figure out the one that suits you the best. Aditi says, this August is testing my patience. Not found any trade since August start. Earlier, I used to trade at any cost, but no, I am happy to wait for my setup. Fossil Man, what's up, man? Welcome in, buddy. Thanks for popping in the chat and welcome to the stream. What's our YouTube subs up to right now? 853. I need 147 more subscribers to YouTube. 147 more subs to YouTube, and we'll be fully monetized on the channel after just 3 months. That's pretty freaking cool, but I need your help. Y'all help me get 150. I need 143 more subs. Let's go. Click that like button. Share the stream. Get your friends. Come on in. Tell them to sub to the channel. Cisco says, make second and third accounts and subs. I don't want to, I'm not telling you not to do that, but I'm all about doing it naturally and organically. Everything that we've done so far has been all natural. So, look, if you've got multiple YouTube accounts, then sub away. But don't just rig the system. You don't have to do that for me. We'll get there eventually. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. But we'll cross that 1,000 sub line here. I think pretty soon. 147 to go. We can do it. Retweet it out. Tell your friends to come watch. Tell your mom to subscribe. Tell your dad to subscribe. They don't have to watch the stream, but just hit that sub button. That'd be awesome. AtaraxiaFX says, I have 4 accounts I subbed on 2. Well, hey man, you got 2 more. Let's go. What are you waiting on? Get those other 2 subbed. Come on. I have 2 accounts. They're both subbed. I see 19 likes, 20 likes. There's, how many are watching? There's almost 40 people watching. 21 likes. We can get that going. It does help. So Eurodollar is reaching up and taking out this old swing high from FOMC entry yesterday. So reaching back up into this 15-minute order block here. I don't know that I'm wanting to get short right off of that like I was yesterday. We have had a change of structure on the 4-hour time frame, getting into the OTE of this last leg down. We're just back up into a premium level, so we could still dig a little bit higher before you see any kind of a pullback here, if you get a pullback. So GU reaching up has tapped into that buy side liquidity right there. GU is very range bound, so just be careful. Dollar tapped into that 4-hour order block, I think. Yep, look. Tapped right into that 4-hour order block and has pulled away. So this could be where, like I said, I would anticipate price having some issues in this area and stalling out. And that's exactly what we see currently happening. Especially after this last move down, you would anticipate a pullback after the displacement leg, at least up into these fair value gaps. If it wants to come down into here, it typically doesn't just make a beeline. It can, but you're going to see higher highs, higher lows. Lower highs, lower lows, a lower high, maybe back up into this order block, and then a lower low. But remember, the 4-hour is very bullish, the daily's very bullish, the weekly's very bullish. So we want to try to move in line. At least I do. I want to try to move in line with the higher time order flow. So we keep that in mind. And I'm not on Discord right now. I'm not sure if you guys are chatting over there on Discord or if you're putting in trade ideas or not, but I'm going to try and stay off of that while I'm on the live stream and just keep everything over here and then just use that when we're not on the live stream. So you guys are more than welcome to hang out over there while we're on the live stream. If you're not in the Discord, I can put a link up. Copy that link, and I'll put it here in the chat for anybody who's not in the Discord yet. It is free, and we hang out there. It's growing. I think we're already up to almost 100 members in there. Where are we at now? 76. We're at 76 members now in the Discord, which I didn't think we would have 76 people in there right now. I honestly did not. I did not think we would have, I thought it would be just the 20 or 30 people that were on the live stream every day. That's all I thought it would be. So very happy that we're already at 76 members in the Discord channel. So I think that's pretty cool. And I'm glad you guys are active over there. Again, the more you guys are in there, the better it's going to be. That's where community gets built on a very consistent basis. So let me I can't wait to see some more trophy room certificates, man. That pumps me the hell up. And when I see those, when I saw those two in there already, man, Owen, almost $1,000 payout. That's freaking awesome, man. That is so freaking awesome. I want every one of you in there, Michael. I want every single one of you in there. All of you can do it. Every single one of you can do it. I have no doubt about it. If I can do it, you can do it. It took me years to get there, but now I'm there. And you guys can do this. You guys can get those payouts. And it just makes me so happy to see that the impact that this stream has had on some of you already. It's exactly why I started the stream. A free place for struggling traders to find the encouragement and the coaching and the psychological and emotional education that you need to overcome the bad personal habits that are keeping you from being funded. Basically, my whole hypothesis has been, and why I started the stream is that it's not, the problem is not external, it's internal. Yes, you have to have education. Yes, you have to have an ability to analyze the charts. Absolutely. But probably the vast majority of issues come from and lie within the trader, not within the strategy. And understanding yourself and having self-discipline and growth and maturity are typically the biggest barriers that failing traders cannot overcome. The head game. The head game is where most issues lie. Because I can show you how to analyze a chart, and 50% of the time, over the course of 100 trades, not that you won't have losing streaks, but over the course of 100 trades, I can show you a strategy and teach you how to analyze a chart where 50% of the time, you're able to identify a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio trade and win it. All right, coming in, we got about another 10 minutes until those unemployment numbers come out, and then we'll see if if we get any kind of reversals from the from those setups there. Beeswax, can you set up a shortcut on YouTube chat that displays the Discord whenever anyone types Discord in chat? I have no idea. H is in here. H, do you know, is there a bot or something that I can attach to the YouTube chat that will put the link in there? Or Shadow Trades, I think you've got some server bot setup training. I don't know that much about it. Maybe I can attach it to OBS, my Streamlabs OBS. I don't know. That's one part of the tech side that I'm still trying to get familiar with and learn how to operate. So I know I've seen other guys that have bots in their YouTube chats that put that information in, but I don't know how to do it. If someone knows and you can message me on Discord or Twitter, that'd be awesome, because I'm all for that. Work smarter, not harder. God, I want my head to stop hurting. It's killing me. And no, I'm not hungover. I don't really drink alcohol. I do drink it. I just don't. What the heck is that? I don't really drink alcohol. Much, I should say. I do drink alcohol. I just don't drink much. So it's not a hangover. I just got a headache, man. It's hurting. I don't know if it's allergies or I got a cold coming on. I sound a little stuffy. I have the pretty much all week. Yeah, I had to change out the hat. I was wearing an orange hat earlier, and this hat I've had a really long time. You can actually see the like fading on the hat. This is an old hat. I've had this hat for probably 4 years. This Astros hat. But it fits so comfortably and I love it. So I'm wearing it. I need to send a message out. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just forgot. I need to let a guy know about something here. He had asked if we could hook up today later for lunch, and I never responded. So give me just a second. All right. All right, so news is coming up in about 6 minutes here. We will get to the unemployment numbers. Let's see what they're expecting. Unemployment claims, they came in previously at 248K. They are forecasting a drop to 240K. So we'll see what those numbers come in at. Also have a Philly Fed manufacturing index number coming in. Tomorrow, there's no news. Euro does have final core CPI coming out at 5 a.m. New York time tomorrow morning. So we'll probably get a little bit of movement there. GBP has some retail sales number coming out at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. None of those are classified as red folder news, but at this point in the culture of the world and the state of everything going on, any kind of inflation number is going to probably cause a little bit of movement in the marketplace. So how should we do the giveaway tomorrow? How should we do the giveaway tomorrow? That's the good question I need to figure out. Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Maybe get some people to join the Discord. They have to be a member of the Discord channel to win. I don't know. I'm not sure. Alpha Bridge says, I just look at some new stats from prop firms. Someone bought 109 challenges and spent 40K USD on them. That's incredible. I mean, I guess I kind of feel like that if if that same trader has had payouts of at least 50K or maybe 100K, then that's a 50% return or 100% return on investment. So it kind of depends on payouts. Like if he hasn't made any money on that and he's just lost $48,000, that's brutal. But if he's gotten some payouts that at least have him break even or a little bit above profit, then probably still not the wisest thing to be doing, but the return on investment is what you need to kind of be thinking about there. Michael Dahl says there's a Discord bot that you just click an emote on in the Discord on the bot message and you are entered in the giveaway. And then it auto picks someone that entered. Pretty neat. Shadow Trade says use a picker. Know how to clue to a bot, but saw Trader Mike use. Oh, cool. Well, maybe we'll random draw. Yeah, we need to. I'll use a picker somehow, I think. I just need to know, like, am I going to do it like last week? I just tweeted out, what was it? I said, like, let's go or something like that. And everyone had to go retweet that. And I gave you like 2 or 3 minutes to do it. Maybe we'll do something like that. It'll definitely be a random draw. I'm not just gonna arbitrarily pick someone. I'm not saying I won't ever do that, but I'm definitely not. I want to be fair, and I don't want people to think, oh, well, I bet that guy just paid him 50% of the challenge cost, and he got a free giveaway. I'm trying to keep my integrity intact and not live above reproach, I guess is the way to say that. I don't want people being able to cast slander my way. Live above suspicion. Coming into the 8:30 open, news is coming up. And let's go look at those unemployment claim numbers, shall we? See what they came in at. Big drop. Big shot down, man. The Philly Fed Manufacturing Index was forecasted to come in at -9, and it came in at a +12. Oof. Unemployment claim numbers are still, at least on Forex Factory, not up. Still pending on my forexfactory.com calendar. There it is. They were forecasting 240. It came in at 239. So almost perfectly in line with expectations. We'll see how the dollar responds to that information. Oh, man. Dollar kind of pushing up there. Just a little bit, pulling back into this small little, these little small imbalances here. Again, we're in this 4-hour order block right here. So higher time frame order flow is bullish. Lower time frames are dipping into some sell side liquidity here. Higher time are on GU dipping into the buy side, EU pulling back up into the buy side. So we've been bearish all week. Could be that we get just a little pullback here today, and then maybe tomorrow we make another low. Hard to say just yet. Love to see a sell-off in EU. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. I'm not opposed to that. I feel like if we got a sell-off now, it's just going to run and take out all the sell-side liquidity here. On the 4-hour time frame, you've pulled back into this 4-hour order block. And did you get up into... should be into a premium. I don't know. You did get up into the premium level there. You didn't quite get to the OTE level, that 0.62. Ataraxia says the dude with 109 challenge didn't reach a single payout. Oh, that's brutal. 49K and not one payout. That's hard, man. That's a tough pill to swallow right there. I bet he's not thinking LOL. The forecasting seems to be way out on today's news. The euro trade balance was forecast to be 3.8, came in at 12.5. Yeah. Ataraxia, there are two others who spent 44K and 42K, didn't reach payout either. Man, that's a problem. Like that, you have a serious problem. At some point, at how many thousands of dollars is it going to take before you stop doing the same thing you keep doing over and over? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It does not make any sense to me. Somebody hook him up. Somebody hook him up with Venator Trading. Let's go. Definitely gamblers. Definitely have a problem. I wonder what the time period was. I wonder what the time period was over those 109 challenges. Getting some massive weakness here now on the dollar. GU running hot and EU running hot. US 30 pumping higher. S&P is trying to run, and the NAS is pumping up too. US oil trying to reach back up into this OTE level. See if it gets there. Oh man, I want my head to stop hurting, y'all. I may have to call the stream early today. I don't know, man. My head is just pounding. I'm not getting any relief. I need that Tylenol and ibuprofen to kick in, man. Alpha Bridge says that's basically the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and again, expect different outcomes. Yep. That is true craziness, man. True craziness. Philip, welcome in, man. The best thing would be, once you have a profitable strategy, just start out with the smallest challenge, see how you do first, and scale slow and steady. That's exactly the way I am doing this challenge, man. That's to show people, don't just go out and buy a 400K challenge, especially if you've been failing challenges and aren't profitable. Start with a small challenge. If you can pass a 10K, then you can repeat that. And you can pass another 10K or 50K or 100K. But stacking small challenges and getting those wins under your belt, those are definitely that's definitely the right path forward. Get your head right, get your strategy down, get your execution in line before you start attacking those larger challenges. DXY, daily potential sweep of liquidity if closed full bearish. Yep, I mean, it just tapped right into our weekly draw on liquidity and has reversed pretty hard off of that. So I am not in disagreement with you there. What's your what's your higher time frame draw on liquidity gets tapped? I said this at the beginning of the stream. You just become more neutral and you wait to see how the market wants to respond to those areas. Do you get a massive displacement away? Do you get a quick displacement away and then it wants to roll over? It's like, you don't know. So we just barely tapped into the draw on liquidity. We've left behind a very smooth line here. Double bottom, triple bottom, almost a quadruple bottom. So I would not be shocked if you see a pullback down into and make a bigger dive below here. It would not surprise me. Yen pairs might be displacing up now, so potentially set up on the way later today. Yeah, I was looking at that on GJ. It's struggling to get through all of these highs right here. This is your support and resistance, your supply and demand, however you want to call it, your turtle soup. You're going to need to see a pretty good, strong closure through this level before you would want to anticipate that. If the next 15-minute candle can close bullish and leave behind this nice fair value gap, you do have a couple little breakers you could use and potentially target another run up. But it's definitely having a problem. Has had problems in this area before, so it's only once traded all the way through and then it immediately came back down. Traded all the way through, immediately came back down. So yeah, we'll need to watch GJ there. Dollar CAD has tapped into some sell side liquidity here. It did not come down to that trend line yet, so it may want to come a little bit deeper, but EU has reached up into the OTE area. So on this 4-hour order block, this could potentially be, if it wants to reach up into these highs, these are really nice smooth highs here. Yeah, GJ is ripping. All the yen pairs are in a just massive bull runs right now. The yen has been extremely weak, and the Bank of Japan will need to step in and do something to try to alleviate that. They can't just sit by forever and watch their currency weaken to no end. So, and when they do, there'll be a massive correction there, I think. Oh, I hear puppies coming down. It's puppy time. Hey, dude. How are you? You feeling all right? Man, Kirby, I need to sit Kirby on the markets. That's for sure. He would give him the what for. No doubt. I feel like Kirby's as angry as he is because he's a horrible trader and he just gets his butt kicked all the time in the markets. That's why he's so pissed off all the time. Nothing. They just The markets take people who think they're super confident, and they have a way of humbling you very quickly. He needs some humility in his life.
They're gonna think you're a dog abuser.
I'm not a dog abuser.
They're gonna think you are.
No. I'm not really seeing anything anywhere here right now, fellas. It's just it's kind of pretty choppy. There's really no big sell side run of liquidity before it made these moves. It's just pullbacks. We haven't taken out any really swing lows to identify an opportunity to get involved in any of these positions here. So we're just chilling. GJ couldn't close above that area, closed back in. Dollar has reached into that 4-hour order block pretty significantly there. But it's still, this swing level is the one that you would need to see a shift on. Actually, might even be down here, but GU is tapped into all the buy side here. And again, you can see all of this over here. It's tapped right up into those same levels again in that range. So it's at the top of the range here now, so it doesn't have to go any higher, and it could just want to reverse here and head back down to the lower parts of the range. EU tapping in to this 4-hour order block right here. Hit about the 50% level, and it's starting to pull back a little bit off of that. So we just sit and we wait. I'm going to stay on just for about 10 more minutes, I think, guys. My headache is just not going away. But I'll stay on here till right at the 9 o'clock hour, and then we'll get off. But if you haven't yet, make sure you've gotten over into the Discord. We're up to 77 members in the Discord, so that's awesome. And make sure you click that like button on the, we've got up to 26. So there's like 15 of you that don't like this, but are here. Yeah, I wish I could take a nap today. I don't know if it's allergies or what. I sound stuffy and my head is pounding. So I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's a head cold. I'm not sure, but
Your wife kept you up late.
yes, she did.
You need to stay on today.
Thanks for those get well soon wishes. I appreciate it. Would you say price is rejecting off of a rejection block on GU? I mean, there's not really a block. I don't see any blocks here. It's just ranging. I mean, this is August, and this is what GU's doing. This is the daily time frame, and you're just chopping around. I mean, there's no trend. It's just ranging. It's kind of seek and destroy profile, really. It's just taking out some buy side, taking out some sell side, back up into the buy side. It's just, there's no real clear direction or definition to anything that it's trying to do. So the only thing you can do is look and see that it's back into the top of this range. It's taken out a short-term swing high, an intermediate-term swing high. So the likelihood is that it's this 4-hour candle is about to close in 9 minutes. The next 4 hours will probably tell us a little bit more information, but I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to swing back down here. Now that we've traded through the daily fair value gap, this daily fair value gap, once it gets traded through, again, we've talked about this before, becomes an inversion where you would have anticipated to act as support, which it did. Once it gets violated and traded through, you would anticipate that fair value gap acting as resistance. So now as the price has come back up into it, here it rejected, here it rejected, and this is the new daily candle. We'll see how it closes today, but it wouldn't surprise me if this pushes price lower here from this point forward. All right, y'all. I think that's going to be enough for me today. I'm going to try and go get rid of this headache. I'll be over on Discord with you guys over there. So be sure to jump in there and chat it up. Drop your charts, your analysis, ask any questions, help each other out over there. I will be in and out from there all day today. We'll do the 10K account giveaway tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. It'll be 8 or 9 a.m. I'm not sure. I'll pick a time. I'll let you know on Twitter or in Discord. So be sure to be here tomorrow to have a chance to pick up another 10K account from Bespoke. But enjoy the rest of your days wherever you're at. You guys stay safe. Happy hunting. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Adios, y'all.